Most men don't lose their way all at once. They drift quietly, respectably. They stay busy. They stay productive. And one day they wake up realizing they've built a life that looks successful, but it feels hollow. Today's conversation is not about hype, branding, or just grinding harder. It's about alignment and what it costs when you ignore it. My guest tonight, today, wherever you're listening, whatever time zone you're in, is one of my oldest friends, one of my best friends. And we met nearly 15 years ago in Australia, both building, both hungry, both learning the hard way. He built and sold a successful hospitality business. He got married, he had kids. And like a lot of capable men, he slowly lost leadership in ways that didn't look dramatic until the cost showed up. What makes this conversation different is not the comeback, it's the clarity that came after. And today, Chadi, he runs a creative agency helping brands tell the truth about who they are. But the deeper story is how he learned to stop building a life that consumed him and start building one that actually supports his faith, his family, and his peace. If you're a divorced dad or a man who feels like he's drifting, overworking, or maybe avoiding a decision you know you need to make, this conversation's for you. We're not here to admire a journey. We're here to extract the rules. And I'm going to start right from the jump. We're going to dig in hot and heavy. And I'm going to start right here, Chatty, with you. What was the lowest point for you after divorce?
Think realizing that the future which you thought was you were in wasn't existed anymore, and the unknown, pretty much. So the massive question mark that you left with what now? What do you do now?
And what were you feeling that time? Give me the scenario. Give the guys some context. What was that like? What was in your brain? What did it feel like?
It was hard. It was depression. It was depression. It was waking up anxious. It was trying to numb out the pain through chasing, stupid highs. I'd say. Um, but waking up on a Monday morning with the realization that this is the reality, that you're now a single dad, and now you're responsible for kids. I got them 50% of the week, so 50-50, 1 week, 1 week off. So now you got to step up full time, and there is no more. The support line isn't there. It's just you on your own now, pretty much. Obviously, there's extended family, but you're putting to sleep, you're getting them up, you're taking them to school, you're being you need to show up. So getting the mind showing up first so you can show up.
Yeah. Okay. Give me something like this. What were you doing that looked productive but was actually avoidance?
Uh, I'd say working really hard. Like I tripled down on my business, um, and I kind of put all my energy into there, not processing any kind of energy, any kind of feelings. Just I was just working. I was working 24/7, pretty much. So when they were here, when they weren't here, I was just working. I'm working. I'm working. I'm working. Kind of just saying that I need to get to this state for me to be happy. Which I need to feel successful in some aspect of my life for me to get happy to get to here.
And when did you realize that state right there? Because what you just said right there is transformational. You said, when I get here, I'll feel happy. What was that like? Just unpack that, dude.
Memory came up on my phone of the kids when they were babies,
Yeah.
and I remembered me taking that video in that time. So I remembered how present I was in that time. I wasn't working at the time. We both weren't working at the time. We were just raising the kids. So it was like the first 3 months, call it, even COVID hit, all that sort of jazz. But you were in the moment, like you had no other distraction except for them. So, and then on that same morning, they ran into my room, and I looked at them, and they're like little kids now. I'm like,
Yeah.
where did the last 3 years go? Like 2, 3 years they've just gone. And I said to myself, I can't do this at the age of 18. I can't look at them at the age of 18 and go, where did 18 years go? where I wasn't present.
Yeah.
I don't want to be remembering the reels I'm making for customers. I want to be remembering the moments I'm making for my boys, and that is a journey that I needed to get through ASAP, because I was missing out. Like, it was time was they were getting bigger. They're actually getting
Yeah.
bigger. They're getting taller. Um, they're having conversations with you. They're asking questions. They're more present, and you're like, where are we now? You're six.
Yeah.
What? And
Yeah.
and then we separated at the age of 3. So between three
Yeah.
to six was like a haze. It was
Yeah.
like it was like a haze. Like I can't, like, I look at now 3-year-olds running around and thinking to myself, I'm actually not remembering memories of this. And
Yeah.
I remembered more memories when they were babies, not when they were 3. So that
Yeah.
3 to 6, 3 to 5 period, yeah, that's
When you went into that grind mode, that which, dads that are listening, they get that because when the pain is at the level that it's at, so a lot of guys will hit the gym like crazy. They'll work like crazy. Some will start to numb out like crazy. For you in the work and those distractions, what were you telling yourself to keep you continually doing that?
you have a responsibility. So you have 2 mouths to feed. You have two people to show up for,
Yeah.
and you can't just switch off.
Yeah.
They can't look after themselves. You have to be on. So you have to be present. You have to take them away from danger. You have to give them nourishment. You got to cook for them. You got to clean. Like, you got to be there with them.
Yeah.
They're ultimately, they're seedlings, which you need to be watering every single day for them to turn into a tree one day. So every day you need to rock up. I can't just give in. Yeah, I'll water it when I need to, and then turn around one day and like, where's this tree that was promised? Where, it's like a, you know. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's where the idea of, you need to show up every day. You need to water the plant every day in any relationship whatsoever,
Yeah.
especially with your children.
Yeah. When you were in that state, you mentioned, being depressed. Just curious, were there any thoughts in particular that that really stood out more to you in that time and season that you remember?
I think the kind of guilt that you carry, thinking you didn't do enough,
Yeah.
that you didn't show up enough, that you could have done more, that you could have been more awake. So it was the guilt of carrying that, thinking that this was all my fault. I'm carrying all this guilt. This happened because of me.
Yeah.
When obviously every situation is different, but for me, he was carrying the guilt that I failed as a man.
Mm, mm.
Period. I, I I switched off. For me, I was like, I switched off. I wasn't present. I wasn't. For me, it was like that failure as a man, which
Yeah.
is who we're supposed to try to be, to be the best version of ourselves for them or for
Yeah,
us.
well, what does especially for you, and those listening, in your culture, that what's the meaning of that for you and in your culture
I
of
get.
that?
I guess, in my culture, the man is the man of the household. He provides. He
Yeah.
does. He rocks up. He's not a stay-at-home dad. He's not a go pick
Yeah.
up the kids from school dad. He's go work 150 hours, um, and then work another 50 hours if you can squeeze it out.
Yeah.
Rock up, buy the house, dress them, you know, provide, take them on holidays, be working when you're on holidays. Don't be present. Let the woman do everything. You're not waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
You're not giving them bottles. You're not changing the nap. I got guys in my culture that haven't changed one nappy. They've had 4 children. They haven't
Yeah.
changed one nappy.
Yeah.
And you look at that and you're like, that's not right. So for me, it was dabbling into the masculine male and the hey, show up and be a supportive partner just along the way.
Yeah, and that would be the Lebanese culture.
Lebanese culture, yeah, yeah, Middle Eastern culture, like you
Yeah.
rock up and you're the
For
man with
those
the
that aren't
provider.
yeah,
Like
if they're not watching, they can't see
you're not
you, so
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you're not cooking, you're not cleaning, you're not doing the dishes after dinner. You're
yeah,
not asking how the kids feel and
yeah,
let's what do you want to talk about? You're not doing that. You're like, move on, let's go.
yeah,
You hurt yourself, get up. You had a bully at school. Well, how do you deal with it? Like, knock him out. If you, realistically, but yeah, for me, it's kind of trying to forget everything and rewire my brain to say, this is what the best version looks like for me, my children.
yeah,
So what does that mean? And even for my family unit, even I look at it now and I still consider myself to be a family unit, even though you're not together, because if you can manage that family unit in your head, then
yeah,
everything's gonna be calm, everything's gonna be cool, everything's gonna be collected.
yeah. It's good. Yeah, it is, and you're right, and I wanna dive into discipline here because I think especially now you've really, you know, you understood that. I feel like you've always been in the discipline stage, but there's a couple questions there that I have for you, especially where discipline could be, I'll use it, misaligned. So, where were you disciplined, but it was misaligned?
I think it'd be like I said, in my work, I was disciplined. I was showing up. I was rocking up, no matter what war was going on in my mind, no matter what
Yeah,
war was going on behind closed doors. I was still rocking up for my clients. I was still showing up. They didn't know anything, right?
yeah,
I still showed up. I still built a client list. Still performed. Still showed up with the energy, with the smiling clown that they call it.
yeah.
Um, and I guess that's where it was misaligned
Do you
because
think they couldn't tell?
I don't know. I was very strong on believing that I need to be showing up because there's there's so much kind of competition in my space too that
Yeah,
if I'm not if my point of difference isn't tapping into the client experience, which is the bespoke experience, knowing what your troubles are, trying to help you guys through that, and then being creative with the marketing,
yeah,
then I was going to get left behind. Like I was just another agency. Who cares? Just they'll knock me out 3 months and see you later. They'll replace me with someone else. But
yeah.
it wasn't until I kind of started caring more, putting them before me, and
Mm,
saying, how can I add value to them?
yeah,
How can I add value to this experience? And then that became so good. And I was like, hang on, what about my children? What about my family? What about my friends? So
yeah,
around 2 New Years ago, I sent everyone a text. I go, I appreciate you. How can I add more value? And
yeah,
and your responses was let's connect more.
yeah,
And we did. We're on
yeah,
weekly calls,
yeah,
and look at that one question, that one reach out, those weekly calls. Look at where you and I have come. Where
yeah,
just that check in, just
yeah,
that, especially because we're both going through the same thing, which we didn't think we're here, but we're here. We're now here.
yeah,
These
yeah,
are the cards that have been dealt for us. This is our game. We
yeah,
don't get it. We don't get a reshuffle.
yeah.
You need to
Tell
play with the
tell
cards.
expand on that, Chatty, because what you're on the other side of it, and you and I talk about this a lot about life's happening for you, not to you. And I think you have a really great perspective on what you just said there of these are the cards we've been dealt. And I want you to expand on that for the dads listening about what that means to you and how you came to that place.
I so years ago on the way to my cafe where you and I met,
Yeah.
I'd listened to a lot of Tony Robbins, a lot of podcasts in the car because I had about a 45-minute drive each way. So I would just kind of fuel my mind, and every week I got better and better and better. And not knowing subconsciously, I was just kind of watering my mind daily. And
Yeah.
then that journey stopped for a period of block time, which happened to be the same journey when I was went through depression and all that sort of jazz. I'm overweight. I'm all that. in the last 12 months, I would say specifically in the last 6 months,
Yeah.
that's when the big transition came for me. So I was at a soccer game and I bent over to tie a shoelace and my gut was hanging out. I couldn't tie my kid's shoelace. And I
Yeah.
said, this is enough. I need to lose weight. And from that, discipline came back. And then I started listening to more podcasts. I started building up playlists and I started walking a lot. So I started walking for like 2 hours a day. I was doing like 20,000, I'm doing like 15,000, 20,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
In that time, I'm either working or I'm learning. That's
Yes.
it. There's no
Yes.
music. There's no downtime. It's either I'm
Yeah.
working or I'm learning. So in that learning stage, you come to realize that there are seasons which you taught me years ago. You taught me this 15 years ago. Your peaks and valleys are seasons. So it's learning how to adjust to each season. It's winter, put a jacket on. Don't
Mm.
complain it's cold. It's
Yeah.
summer, take the jacket off. Go to the beach. So adjust to each season as it lands.
Yeah.
Um, and then the more I started understanding that, the more I realized that my energy frequency became a lot more higher. I became more of a magnetic force.
Yeah.
I was attracting more positivity. I was rejecting more negativity. And it was like that Inception movie where
Oh,
the mind is trained
yeah.
to counterattack any negative force that's entering you.
Yes.
You just go into
Yes.
defense mode. You just go, no, 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 I'm not having that. Thank you. No, no, I'm sorry. That's not for me. I'm not having that. Thank you. Um, where I've had people like blow up, like a client, for example, had a bad day, blow up at me in front
Yeah.
of me. And
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, are you done? They're like, yeah. I go, cool. So we're going to go back out there. We're going to finish the shoot and
Yeah.
let's get going. And then look at me
Yeah.
like they were baffled. But for
Yeah.
me, it was like, this person is just having a bad day. Something happened to them. It's got nothing to do with me because
Yeah.
my frequency is that high. I'm protected. I'm safe because I'm comfortable in my own skin. I know the value I'm bringing. So it's not a situation where you're sitting at the table now. The cards have been dealt. You're not happy with the cards. Tough luck, buddy. They're the cards. Play
Yeah.
the game. You might lose. You might win, but you're playing the game. There's no getting off from the table.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, if you do lose, guess what? You've learned another way how not to lose the next time the cards get because they get dealt every day.
They're
This is the
coming
beauty of it.
daily. Yeah.
They're
They're
daily,
coming
daily.
daily.
You wake up and
Yeah.
like, here are your cards, sir. Good luck
I
with
got a
everyone.
I got a couple questions around that, and
Yeah.
specifically, what you shared there was huge because I was just talking to a guy, talking to a guy in our school group. Again, I'm talking to about 1,000 dads a month, and this guy's in a blender. He's tripping out. He's like, I can't literally go 2 minutes without thinking about all of these negative thoughts, and this is what's going on, and this is um, what do I do? He said, what can I do right now to, start stopping, that kind of thing. And what I tried to share with him was that, like, first of all, dude, you've got decades of thinking like this. And then what happens is the divorce lifts up your dress, your pants, takes your pants off. You're exposed fully of what's really under there. And when you find out what's really in your mind, it is a haunted house that is absolutely terrifying. And guys are living in this haunted house, in this prison. And then they're saying, well, Anthony, just tell me one thing, that I can get out of it. And I think you and I would both agree on this and some of the things you've said there. But for you, what were things you eliminated to start thinking and getting on that journey?
Porn. That was
Yeah.
the first thing.
Yeah.
Um,
How'd you get rid of it?
I set myself a challenge. I downloaded an app and set myself a challenge and said to
Yeah.
myself, I'm going to stop watching porn, and then it's going to start today.
Yeah.
Um, and
That's great, dude.
it's
Thank you for sharing that. That's very I literally had a chat with the
yeah,
dude last night about that. Great. What
yeah,
else?
yeah, man.
What
It's
else?
it's 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 a big thing, right? Because as males, we look at it as a uh, like an exit strategy from what we're feeling. We're feeling depressed, go jack off. You're feeling tired,
Yeah.
yeah, jack off. You're feeling angry, go jack off. You're feeling
Yeah.
horny, go jack off. So
Yeah.
you're not even you don't even know which freaking emotion you're chasing.
Yeah.
You're just scrolling, going,
Yeah.
what am I trying to get high on right now? And then
Yeah.
you realize you're like, what the? I've been doing this for an hour right now. One
Yeah.
hour, seven
Yeah.
hours a week. Do the
Yeah.
maths. How many hours you're spending on chasing this shit high, which is
Yeah.
so I got rid of that. I downloaded the Bible app
Yeah.
and I just started reading quotes. And then I kind of felt a lot more energy shifting, right?
And
Where
my
you're,
devotionals, right? You got those in, right?
I'm getting on email, I'm getting on text, I'm getting them everywhere, and I love it.
Yeah, good.
But
Good.
the idea is the concept of being able to talk to you and tap into faith and tap into
Yeah.
religion and
Yeah.
reconnect with the higher purpose,
Yeah.
which is without sounding like, you know, like a Bible basher, for example, because
Sure.
it was a fear for me, right? Like it was
Totally.
like I was like, man, how am I? And I listened to this podcast the other day. This preacher was like, "Oh, you're not posting about Jesus because it doesn't match your aesthetic for Instagram." I was like, "Damn, that's so
Yeah.
real."
Yeah.
Because you're posting about the cool venue that you're eating at, the steak fire and the martini, but you're not posting about 2911 Jeremiah. You're not
Yeah.
posting about that. You're not sharing to the world that it's in these moments that you broke down on your knees and you looked up to the moon and you cried to the sky and you got down and you cried and you said, I will go all in with you, but I
Yeah.
need you to come all in with me.
Yeah.
So it's at that point. That was my breaking point when I looked up
Yeah.
and I said, I'm going all in. So
Yeah.
however way that looks like, I'm fully trusting you
Yeah.
to take me on the path that you want me to be on. And if I've gone left and if I've gone right, then you can press reset on the map and I'll readjust and I'll move forward with you. But I'm going in with you because this time round I'm going in like a heavy. Hey, I got a boss behind me. I'm backed. I'm backed
Yeah.
by a supreme being. No one is going to be effing with me this time round.
That's
So
good. What else did you cut out?
what else? I cut out negative people. Um, anyone that wasn't kind of making a deposit or just making withdrawals out of my life.
Mm.
So I cut that out ASAP.
Yeah.
And I cut out any negative energy, and I kind of minimized it. So even if they had to be in my life for whatever reason, I minimized my interaction,
Yeah.
I'd cap it like a timer kind of thing where, because you know these people, you pick up the phone, you're like, and you're like, whoa, man, I'm good,
Yeah.
I'm great. I
Yeah.
just had to make food for my twins, get them dressed, get them in school traffic, and you're complaining because someone at work said something rude to you. Congratulations. And you're like, what, is this guy serious? Like, are you
Yeah.
serious? So you just kind of, you just move on. You just move forward and you just like, yeah,
What did it feel like when you started making those decisions? Because they're not normal decisions, you know. So what
no,
did it start to feel like?
you start feeling like a superpower, like a superhuman.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm back in my twenties. I feel like I'm full of energy. I feel like, I'm having more meaningful moments with people at dinners, at
Yeah.
interactions. I feel like when I'm working now, it's a lot more intentional. It's not just process. I feel like it's teaching me how to respond better to situations which in the past I would have just flew off my handle and just kind
Yeah.
of screamed and then just kind of angry and whatever. It's teaching you how to be receptive on the situation I'm in now.
Yeah, it's good. How do you define for you? Because we're definitely talking in this alignment zone. You cut stuff out, you added the right stuff in. There's this recipe. A lot of times I'll tell guys that, especially there's a lot of chefs that come in, and you know, divorce is huge with them because of their schedules. What I love about it is, you know, and you're a chef, you know, and so you understand ingredients and you understand product. And what I try and share with dads is that when you change the ingredients, you know, when I go and make a red sauce, and there's certain, tomatoes I like, and there's certain sausage that I like in there, and there's pork, cutlets in there. There's everything. There's a certain thing that I like, and it's gonna sit there for a certain amount of time. But when I've changed the meat and the meatballs, when I've changed the pork, when I change the tomatoes, I get a different product. And so what I'm hearing you say there is you started changing the ingredients and you got this product. And here's this product where you feel like you're in your 20s, you feel like, you got energy, you're super intentional, you're with, in dad life. So when we get into this idea of alignment, how would you define alignment in practical terms for dads that are listening?
It's jumping in the car and
Yeah.
knowing exactly where you're going, not guessing. It's having a
Yeah.
map
Yeah.
and going, you're going this way. That's it. Press start
Yeah.
and you're following the map and you're going to get to your destination. That's
So for you, when you got that, that's such an incredible line, bro. Super, super amazing. I love that. What decisions for you became easier once alignment mattered as much as it did to you?
health first.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate decision, which I had like probably fourth or fifth on my list, maybe 10th. I don't even know. I don't even know where it was. But health became first.
Yeah.
So everything I do now is around something that's making me healthier. The way I eat, the way I walk, the way I move, the way I talk, the way I breathe. Health first, and then from there came move with intention.
Yeah.
Have your vision board written up. My 2026 vision board was written in November last year.
Yeah.
Um, it's all clear. It's crisp. I actually built a vision room. So it was like a study room. I put the board up. I got a lounge
Yeah.
in there, and I spend 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. I just stare at this board. I just stare at it, and I just imagine everything that's on the board
That's good.
happening in 2026. So I've
That's good.
condensed it.
Let's talk more about that because uh you and I both know on the visualization side. I know, many dads listening, we understand it, especially when it comes to sports. Or a lot of dads may have watched we have this thing called the Blue Angels, and there are these fighter pilots in America that, they fly and they visualize their entire run before they do it as if they're in the cockpit. And they do it literally sitting in a chair.
Hmm.
Athletes do the same thing. And I know for you and we talk a lot about this, and I talk a lot of it about dads because if you can't see what you want next and it's not crystal clear, like you were saying, you're not gonna get there. It's again, you're gonna live by default instead of design. So take the dads through a little bit about what visualization has done for you, literally, and like what you've learned from it.
Let's talk about the health journey. So I was 104 kilos on the
Yeah,
27th of September, and the goal was 80 kilos. So
yeah.
it's now, what's the date today? The 28th of
20
Jan.
yeah,
I started at 80 kilos a week ago.
yeah.
So I
It's like
got very,
45 pounds.
yeah, 25 kilos Aussie, pretty much 24 kilos Aussie. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
50 pounds.
so I got very clear on where I wanted to get to. So I said to my
Yeah.
trainer, what do you need? What weight do I need to be at? He goes, 80, non-negotiable. So how many calories do I need to eat? This, how many? So I put that in my app. Then how many steps do I need to do? He goes, minimum 10,000. I go, well, what if I do 15? He goes, well, if you do 15, you're going to get to your journey faster. I go, well, that's what I want to do. So
Yeah.
I got to 15 and then I got to 20,000. So I set a new goal. So even though the vision was given to me, I tweaked it to go, I want to get there faster. I
Mhm.
want this, I want to get there. So then on my journey began, I would have weekly check-ins with this fitness coach, who's a
Yeah.
coach. So check into my journey, what's going on. I have to run him through the week. And if there was any fluctuations, I had to explain myself. There was accountability.
Yeah.
So there was vision and there was accountability where it wasn't just writing on a board and just hoping for the best. To a
Yeah.
point, I became obsessed with it. Where one night it was like 9 p.m. and I was on 16 or 17,000 steps, and I kept walking on my balcony, what I'm sitting on,
Yeah.
till
Yeah.
I hit 20,000 steps.
Yeah.
So at midnight, the clock went to midnight, I hit 20,000 steps because obviously the next day it's counted,
St
your step counters count. So
yeah,
the pressure was on. Like my knees were gonna pop. When I say pop, they were gonna pop. But I had accountability to myself. It
yeah,
was to myself, I need to get to where it is. So I got very clear on daily, like I'd even put in ChatGPT saying, I'm at this weight and I'm sitting at, I think I was maybe call it 95 kilos or 90
yeah,
kilos. And I need to get to 80 kilos, but I need to get there by the 19th of December, which was my birthday. So I wanted,
yeah,
so I go, draw me a plan. So he shot me out this plan. And then I dissected it into bite-sized bits. And then weekly, I would update ChatGPT, go, I'm at this weight now. What do I need to do? And he goes, you need to do this. You need to do this. So he kept making tweaks and tweaks and tweaks and tweaks till
it's
he got
good.
till they got to the 19th. And I was like 2 kilos short. So
Yeah,
it was vision accountability and kind of just getting closer and closer and consistently checking in and saying,
yeah.
I need to get to that destination. What do I need to get to that destination?
Yeah, again, you're reverse engineering some. I'm curious what you would look at. Let's put it in the mind realm because the physical body that we get that we see the progress, we see what we want, we see the vision. You mentioned inception and being able to have this defense mechanism against negative thoughts, so that again, scriptures would say, Romans 12 says, we're not conformed to this world, we're transformed by the renewing of our mind. It also says in Corinthians that we take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. And so when guys are listening in here, and most of them are going through a blender because they've never had a mental blueprint, they've never had a design of what they want their mind to think like, they've never had this type of, you know, blindsided feelings, guilt, shame with their kids. What would if we were looking at this in terms of visualization, building the mindset, what were things that practically that you were doing to do that? Beside, I know you mentioned like being in the car and doing that. Is there anything else that was really helpful for you in that journey?
Yeah, I mean, listening to ebooks,
Yeah,
um, double down on ebooks. The Ways of a Superior Man is one that I've been listening to for over a year now, and just kind of I dabble into it.
yeah,
Um, so definitely listening to ebooks, listening to those podcasts, and ensuring that you're checking in with someone like yourself, like someone that you can trust, that you can confide in and be raw with, not on your take the mask off for like
yeah,
half
yeah,
an hour of a week and just go, man, I'm struggling this week. I
yeah,
had this happen, and kind of and kind of having that support. But the the majority, the wins I got was that circle,
yeah,
ensuring you're building a circle around you that's supporting you, that's lifting you up, you're lifting them up, and you're all elevating each other. You're not bringing each other down. You're not judging each other. You're not
yeah,
just giving each other advice, not knowing what battle is going on in their mind. You're showing up, you're elevating, you're supporting, and you're just checking in. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? Hey, how you feeling? You good? Because as men, you're like, check in with my mate. He's a man. He can take care of himself. No,
yeah,
no, man, we can't. We can't.
yeah,
We fake it, right? But we can't. We need we need the support. We need the help. We need the faith. We need
yeah,
the you need that circle. And it was me rebuilding that circle to ensure. And your circle, you don't have to see them weekly. I got some people in my circle I probably catch up with once every 3 months or once every 6 months, and
sure,
it's enough. It's enough. But I can guarantee you that when I walk into that room and when I walk out, I
yeah,
will feel 10 times more better than I walked in, even if I'm on a high frequency.
yeah,
So it's having those people in your circle, along with the scriptures, along with the faith, along with praying I pray every day now. Like
yeah.
I walk down the balcony, I do the Our Father, and I pray every day, and I tap into it again. Like so,
Walk
it's
through. Let's go into the faith thing, man, because I remember when you first started talking to me about that, and we've been friends for a long time. So there was we talk about all kinds of things, and then there was sort of I asked you what was going on and what happened there for you, and maybe share a little bit because one of the things that I was going to ask was, what did returning to faith require you to stop doing? And what was that like for you?
I think returning to faith made me stop giving everything to the universe. We get caught up in manifestation, we get caught up in all that sort of jazz, but
Yeah,
there's someone you're submitting your request to, right?
sure.
So we get confused. We call it the universe when it's God. And we call it the stars when it's angels.
Mm,
So it's I had to kind of re-engineer the hey, I'm a spiritual man to I'm a man of faith.
mm,
So I had to stop doing that because even my sister, which she's heavily in the church, my whole family is. She
yeah,
goes, "What are you talking about the universe? Who's the universe?" And I had to explain to her like she goes, "Oh, you mean God?" I just looked at it, I was like, "Yeah, I mean God. Like you're right." Because we get caught up in these cool quotes online and the manifestation and we ask us and the stars aligned. The stars didn't align. Your angels protected you from that.
wow,
God said no. He closed the door on that and he opened the door on this. It
yeah,
wasn't stars aligning. It wasn't some magic energy force. So even now I'm talking to you, I get these tingles in my body
mm,
and I only get them when I'm tapping into faith at this level. And I only get them when I'm sharing something I'm really strongly passionate about. And I can't explain it, but it's just like this tingle that takes over my body. And I feel like God's telling me, right, I'm here. I'm by your side.
yeah. That's awesome. How did faith change your standards, not just your comfort? What was that like for you?
How did faith change my standards? It taught me to be respectful to people in a different level. And by
Yeah.
that I mean I was always a respectful person, right?
Mm,
But I think what we used to do as single men run around and have fun and all that sort of jazz and whatever. You get caught up in the jumping between the lines of what's right, what's not right. So
yeah.
I guess it kind of re-engineers the whole don't waste people's time. People are on
Yeah.
their journey. Don't hold back people from their own personal journey. So if someone wants to come to you and go, I don't want to waste my time, I need this from you, and I can't give them that, then
Mm,
I tell them I can't give you this. I don't just say I can give you this to get what I want. And that was always something that was instilled in me at a younger age. But as you go up, you start realizing that your new standard should be help as many people as you can.
yeah.
It costs nothing. And you
Yeah.
might say, oh, but it cost me money. No, it didn't. That was an investment
Yeah.
because in 2 years' time, something's going to land on your lap and something's going to happen. And it could be you avoided a car accident. It could be just for the sake of you waking up with a smile on your face and putting your head to sleep at night and going, today I didn't screw anyone over.
Yeah.
Today I did good business. Today I was good to my family. Today I showed up. Today I checked in. Today I did this. So that standard that you hold yourself high, it's more about you want to win, then win in all aspects. Don't win in just in I want a new client, I won, or I got that girl's number, I won. No, that's not winning. That's you're building a kingdom on sand.
Yeah.
It'll get built, and I've built it many times. I've built 3 or 4 kingdoms. I had the Maseratis, I had the penthouse, I had that, I had the cash, I had the cars, I had the cigars, and I wake up one day, I'm like, it's all gone.
Yeah.
So it gets given to me again in different ways, and then I wake up again, it's all gone. And I'm like, why does it get take? Why does it keep getting taken from me? It's because I'm building on sand. I ain't building on bricks. So I swapped the sand for bricks. And I got asked this morning by someone, they go, what are you doing right now? And I took a photo of the gym and I said, I'm rebuilding.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I'm rebuilding. We're all rebuilding. Everyone out there, the guy that's in the blender, the guy that's filling the press, you're building with these tools and you're building this kingdom that's built on sand. Delete it. Start again. Yesterday, my son came to me and said, Daddy, this Lego isn't working. there's a piece missing. And he
Mm.
was like 90% into this Jordan Lego basketball. It's a big piece, and
Yeah.
he's done on his own. And I said to him, just start again. He goes, what do you mean? I go, break it up into pieces and just start again. There's something missing along the lines. You've missed a piece. You've missed somewhere.
Mm.
So I looked at him and I took a little video for me because shit, I'm doing the same thing. I've broken up the pieces again and I'm starting again because I was missing some piece somewhere along the line, or I just didn't read the instructions properly, or I ignored it, and I'm rebuilding. So this piece that you see in front of you, it's work in progress, and that's completely okay. Can you imagine if I was to say to you, there's this beautiful restoration vehicle, and you can have it for nothing? You'd be like, what's the catch? I'd be like, you need to invest 10 years rebuilding it. You can have it for nothing. Would that be a cost or would that be an investment? It's an investment, right?
Yeah.
But you need to give up 10 years of your life rebuilding this thing.
Yeah.
So it's a cost, but the cost equals the investment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are we doing now? We're rebuilding, we're investing our energy, and we're building something that we're building on bricks, we're building on stone. The stonemasons, these guys would come in and they would craft each stone for the cathedrals. And there
Mm.
was one stone that they said took out, the whole building would collapse. The faith, the passion, the mastery, the craft, we've lost it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
We look for shortcuts.
Yeah.
Stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. Build on bricks. Have faith. Go all in. Do not hold back. Watch what goes into your mouth and watch what comes out of your mouth.
Let's talk about your mouth there, because that's something that's so big, and you and I both know the power of our words. And a lot of times when I'm sitting with guys and we're talking, I can hear what they're saying, and they will sort of just throw it away like it's no big deal, or say, I'm trying to do that," or "I'm trying to be a better dad," or just some of those types of words. And I want you to maybe expound on what you've learned with words and what you've done with words, affirmations, declarations, and what they've done for you.
Uh, I got all asked one day, how was your day? Well, it's a bad
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So I went to say, I've had a bad day. But then I remember listening to this podcast, or even I think you said it to me years ago, and it's just stuck. And it's a character building day.
Yeah.
So the same response with a different meaning meant that you had a tough day. That was a character building day. So you've turned the negative into a positive instantly. So the universe, God, the world, it has a very funny thing of giving you what you want.
Yeah.
You have a direct line. People think that you have a direct line to God, but He translates the way you want it to be. So if I was
Yeah.
ring 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 ring, can I get one ham cheese tomato pizza? You're gonna get a ham cheese tomato pizza. So be very clear with the words you ask for because you're gonna get exactly what you ask for.
Yeah. Did you notice a difference when your words have changed over the years of what you
Absolutely.
were? Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Like even I'm facing this challenge now, and it's character building in my organization where I need to manage a situation, and rather than go into my old habits, I'm being cautious on the words I'm using. I'm being cautious
Mm.
on the way I communicate. I'm being very intentional with every message, every phone call, every conversation I have because it could be the beginning of something great
Yeah.
or the ending of something. It's it's
Yeah.
it's my choice right now.
Yeah.
So because it's the way I'm managing the situation. So now I've realized I have that power. So rather
Yeah.
than me
You
picking up
do.
the phone going, I don't want this doesn't work no more, hanging up the phone, that's the easy way out.
Yeah.
Now it's like, man, I'm I'm at this journey. I'm having this problem. What's the solution? So
And
I could turn around.
how much more have those words also with your kids? How much more have you recognized words and then also recognized now your kids are how they're talking now,
Yeah.
right?
One sec.
So
Leo,
yeah, go.
just hear me out for a sec. Leo,
Yeah,
come here.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Just come over here for a second. Just stay there, stay there. For every problem, thank you. All right, go back inside. So for every problem, we've got a solution.
That's what
That's
he
my
said.
prompts.
For every problem there is a
So
solution.
I said to him, for every problem, he goes, we've got a solution. So that's my prompt. So the words are so powerful,
Mm.
especially around your children.
And how old is he?
Six,
6. I
six
mean,
years
bro,
old.
I got chills when you said that because I'm telling you, the conversations that I have, number 1 with dad just spewing absolute garbage out of their mouth, and the scriptures tell us, out of the abundance of our heart, our mouth speaks. And so one of the first things that I do with dads is, first of all, talk about forgiveness and cleansing your heart and cleansing your spirit, because it's like a tube of toothpaste. And when you squeeze it, toothpaste comes out, man. But when you get squeezed, what comes out? What comes out of your mouth? And those words that come out is a reflection of your heart. And you've got to change your heart to change your words. And it's vice versa. It flushes each other. And so for you, training your son there at 6 to already be thinking of solutions.
The twins,
Like,
they're both in it. Like this is the
I
thing.
know you got Twinkies.
Like solutions, like it's for every. I mean, this is the first thing I could have taught him, right?
Yeah.
Imagine how many problems I've had in the last 3 years. How many have
Mm,
faced up to my front door? Problem, problem,
mm.
and I got to come up with solutions.
We got a
So
solution.
how can I not teach them that? How can I not teach for every problem is a solution?
Yeah.
That's that's
What's been the best thing for you that you've done with your twins? There's 6 now that you really sense like it's really been a good connect point for you guys.
treating them like young men,
Mhm,
not like little kids.
mhm.
And then every day at least coming up with one new skill set that I value or that I'm learning and then
Yeah.
instilling into them. It could be, for example, negotiating. It could be, for example, honoring your word with a handshake. So they've got a
Mm.
deal, they've done a deal together, and they do a handshake, and they call the handshake agreement. And then one of them ran up to me. He goes, "Oh, he didn't honor the handshake." So I got to pull him in, sit down. I go, "Did you guys have a handshake agreement?" Yep. I go, "Did you break the agreement?" Yep. I go, "Do we break agreements?" No, we don't. Handshake, move on. Because the thing is, whether the deal was in your favor or it wasn't, you had a handshake agreement. It's unbreakable,
Yeah,
and it's a bond of brotherhood.
yeah,
And you're actually brothers. So if you're going to break the bond between you guys, then you're going to go out into the world. You're going to be breaking bonds, and your word's going to mean shit. And I can't
yeah,
have that. I can't have
yeah.
that. You know, A- anyone that kind of
You just muted. Hold on, folks. Give us a little pause here. My man Chaddy is working on his exquisite sound experience. Those of you that are joining us and listening, again, a lot of these tools, structure systems are in our school group. So I want to just encourage you, just get in there, start the journey, do something, start wading yourself in the water because it's a simple solution. It's a place
Right.
with it's not just brotherhood. It's a place where you're going to be able to get stuff that is right on, like right on, right cooking, right moving, um, and it gets you going. I'm not saying that it's the end all, but it's gonna get you going. So, are you still there, bud?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay, got you now. Yeah, yeah, got you now. Let me give you a couple things, and then I'll run this thing down. I love with the boys stuff that you're doing, man. You're a strong man, male leader. Let's talk about one of the things for you. As we kind of tie this in, because leadership's big for you, and you're a leader, and you're a strong leader and you've had this journey. You've started, getting more intentional last 6 months, faith, You've always been great there with the kids. What have you noticed in your leadership?
I've noticed I've become more disciplined and more patient, um, in all aspects of life, including
Yeah.
leadership. Um, like I said, like the what used to set me off doesn't set me off anymore. And then even if it does set me off, the way I respond to it is a lot more calm, a lot more intentional, a lot more pauses, a lot more frequency, a lot more. What's my end goal going to be?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is it going to be a deposit or a withdrawal? Which means like, if I was to go off my handle, am I going to get a notification from my bank and going, you've been paid this much, or the client's going to go, sorry, we don't need your services anymore, and see you later. You've just cost yourself a client. Uh, you know, with my children, is it going to be a point where they come in and they've learned something new, or they
Yeah.
sleep and they're angry with me because I just didn't give them time of day and I didn't rock up and I wasn't present throughout the whole day when they were trying to ask me or trying to show me things they've built or they've done, or something that happened at school. I wasn't there. So I guess the 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 leadership, I always pivot to work, but I feel
Yeah.
like it's life now. It's life
Yeah.
leadership. So
Yeah. It is.
we're all leaders of our lives, and as men going through this journey, as men going through any journey, you need to understand that you're responsible,
Yeah.
and that weight can actually be a burden
Yeah.
or can make you stronger for the next challenge that's coming. The same way at the weights at the gym. You start off with
Yeah.
5 kilos, you might end up with 10, you might end up with 20. In a year's time, you're doing 120 kilos, but you started at five, right? Because you've gotten used to the weight.
Yeah.
So if you gave up at the 5 kilos, that's it. That's your cap. So
Yeah.
as leaders, what are we leaving? th- I don't know when I'm leaving this world. I could leave in a minute. I could leave in
Yeah.
a year. I could leave in 10 years. I could leave in 20 years. I don't know. So at least when I do leave, when they do have moments when they think of me and what I've taught them, it'd be, it's like you're planting the seed.
Mm.
I went to a farm yesterday. We shot at a farm, and these little cucumbers are hand planted individually,
Mm.
like 1,000 of them. And then this happens every 10 days. They've got to hand plant them. Then they've got to take them out gently. He goes, you got to take it out gently. You can't just take it out in a rush. You got to take it out gently. You got to plant it. You got to find a spot. And you got to plant it, and then you got to feed it on the hour, every hour, and then you get in 3 weeks a cucumber, fully grown cucumber that you eat in a salad. Can you imagine how many times you've gone to the shops and you've put a cucumber in your salad, and you don't even know the pain the farmer had to go through, the seasons he had to go through for you to have the privilege of having that in your salad? How dare we not appreciate the process? So our children will grow up and they'll be set up. It's not a they might be set up, they will be set up, because we're building out their toolbox every day. So every day we go to the toolbox and we add a little tool. You're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. Oh, I forgot you're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. And eventually you leave this universe and you've left them the toolbox individually, however many children, and each of these kids have a toolbox, and then they go build their lives. And then we want and we hope and we pray that they do the same thing for their kids and
Yeah.
their kids and their kids and their kids. And then it's a circle of life. It's the circle of legacy. It's leaving the world a better place than what we came into it with.
Yeah. I
There's,
love it.
you leave with nothing, you come with nothing, you leave with nothing. But it's true, you leave with nothing because there's no container box to heaven. That you're not taking anything with you. So whatever
Yeah.
you're gonna leave here, you better be positive.
There's no trailers behind the hearse. No
Amen.
trailers behind the hearse. Let me give
Amen.
you 2 questions. I'm gonna give you 2, and then I'm gonna finish it off, but I'm gonna give you 2 questions, really simple answers, 1 sentence or less for dads that are listening. We're gonna leave them with could be a shot in the face, could be something interesting for them to think about. but something for them to also take away and consider that you've also experienced, and you would say, "Hey, this was a big thing for me." So let me give you the first one. What's the biggest lie that men believe about balance?
You can have it all. There's no sacrifice. So
Yeah,
for me, I got told once I wasn't at the body that I want to be at because I
yeah,
didn't sacrifice enough
yeah,
when I thought I was.
yeah,
Because in my mind, I convinced myself I can have 6 martinis on a Saturday night and still have a six pack.
yeah.
No, you can't. Have to sacrifice. You have
Can't
to.
do it.
You have to lock in.
Yeah, it's good. What decision is a divorced dad avoiding right now that's costing him peace?
Own it. Own it.
Ownership.
Ownership. Yeah, just own it.
Yeah, it's
You're
good.
feeling you're feeling shit, own it. You're feeling great,
Yeah,
own it. You're feeling
good,
regret, own it. And then move the fuck
good.
on. Let's move
Yeah,
sorry, move on. Move on ASAP.
it's all
Move
right. We're gonna make this one explicit. I'll change it over. Third,
no,
let me give you this one, and then I'll run this thing down. If if um if a dad does one thing this week to move toward alignment, what would that be? What would you say? What is it?
if they were to do one thing to move toward alignment,
Yeah,
jump in your car, open up maps, put in a random address somewhere you've never been, and press go. And I can guarantee you it's gonna tell you how to get there. That, my friends, is alignment. Find your map, put in your address,
yeah,
and press go.
yeah. It's
The
good.
man upstairs has already given the maps to anywhere you want to go. So you want to be your ultimate self, you want to be your superior self, he's got that map ready. You
Yeah,
want to be depressed, you want to be thinking of bad thoughts, he's got that map too. He's got every map set up for you. Because for you to get to where you need to go through, you need to go through these journeys. You
yeah,
need to go to your bottom in the hole. I've been in the hole so many times that now when I go in the hole, I have a television set up, I got a little mini bar set up, I got some books, I got a Nintendo set up because I know I might be chilling there for a while, and if I'm I'm gonna have fun.
yeah.
So
It's good.
I think that's it. Like jump in the car, put in a random address, and see what happens because that's
Yeah.
where it's at.
I tell a lot of dads. I'll leave with this, and I'll end here in a second. There's a lot of dads that'll be so depressed and so fearful and so anxious and so worried, and essentially your brain is shut off when you're under that type of pressure. The neuroscience and the data is going to show you that you're usually losing 40 to 50% of your brain. It shuts down. It's why people, when they're in a hostage negotiation, they're trying to get people to calm down, to get in a state that they can think and they can think clearly. So for the dads that are listening, and you're like, "Hey, man, I don't know how to open up these maps." I just want to share something with you that I recommend. If you're in that state, you're in that position. There's the solution that I always say is you got to change your state to change your story, to change your strategy. Those of you that listen to the podcast, there's a few podcasts on that I've gone through that. But to change your state, one of the things that I would say is go get a solid workout in. Go on a 3-mile run. Go do something for an hour of physical activity to really change your state. Because when I get it, when you're feeling depressed and you feel like the world is shut down and you can't see the future, you've got to change your state so that you can change your story, see it from a different perspective, and say, okay, what is potentially possible here, rather than only thinking about what's wrong, what's not here, what's missing. And then the third thing is your strategy changes. So those of you that are listening and you're stuck and you've tried these different things and that's one of the things I would say. You got to change the state. Your story changes, your strategy changes. And let me close with this. Because dads, here's the takeaway for you guys listening today. You're not broken, you're not lazy, and you don't need to grind harder. All right. Most dads don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they stay disciplined in the wrong direction. It's literally your wiring that has trained you to think, act, and do everything that you're doing. So what I do is a disruption. Alignment isn't about slowing down. It's about telling the truth and letting your calendar prove it, letting your actions prove it. So if this conversation has hit you, don't ignore it. The cost of drift always comes due. And I want you to choose better. Those of you that can do one thing, if you want to help another dad, hit subscribe and leave a review. It literally gets the algorithm going crazy and it's going to help more dads. It happens every week. I say thank you in advance for just saying it's one click that you can give to send this thing out and let it go and help other dads. Those of you that aren't in the school group, jump into the school group. It's simple, it's practical, it's useful. It's everything that I use with my one-on-one clients that I've helped them make over 200 million in the last couple of years. So it's tangible things. And lastly, if you're not on Divorced Dads of America on Instagram, come on, jump in, ask me questions. Every day I literally put on a coaching clinic for you guys because I want content to actually create. I want it to cause change. That's the point. This isn't something I do on this. This is my job. This is my calling. This is what I'm destined to do. There's a million dads that are going to get transformed to rebuild their life and legacy. I want it to be you, and I want to know where you're from, what's going on, what questions you have for me. I love you guys. Thank you, Chaddy, for being here,
Love you, man.
and I'll see you on the next one. See you, boys.